line alongside nobody here tonight except over in the corner we got Alex Cobbins in the race control booth. We're going to walk you through here exactly what's going on. Again, this is the Grade Racing Speedway Race for Ride Grade 8 Series, and you're seeing this live on the Precision Production Network. And a little rebrand here from Ball TV. Precision Production Network. You can find us at precisionsetups.gg for all your iRacing setup needs. Schedule looks like this. 5 Flags marks just past the halfway point. We're working our way towards Mildred, Charlotte, and Atlanta as we wind down to find out who the champion is going to be and who's going to be in that legend car race next year at Atlanta. Let's check it out. Who's close? Who's pretty far away? This is the points after Hickory 2 weeks ago with the drop week. Billy Snodgrass, Chase Pierce, Travis Kenberg, and Carson Sherman with that surprise victory 2 weeks ago moves him up into fourth. AJ Nichols, Everett Larson, Axel Smith, and then Sean Hilkowitz rounding out your top 8 here as we look at the points for this next race coming up here at 5 Flags. Speaking of the race tonight, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 75 laps. We have drivers with 15 incident points. That is the limit. So about 3 wrecks-ish, depending on who you're involved in, will be where we're going to cut the line off. Yellow flags are on. If there are no yellows by halfway, we're going to go ahead and drop the yellow flag at about halfway. No fast repairs. And, of course, a fixed iRacing setup. So let's head on over to the track and get qualifying underway here tonight. Drivers being lined up on the track. See Axel Smith there. He's going to be the first roll here. Axel Smith driving the Grillos Pickles, number 97. Making his way out on the track tonight. Tonight we're in the Tour mods here. These cars are fast. He's going to make his way around the track. Green flag is out. Here's the first laps on board with Axel Smith. First lap on the board, 15.801 for Smith, the driver out of Georgia. Kind of close to a home track for him here today. Axel Smith completes his second lap. And he will not improve his time, so that's the time that everybody needs to go after, 15.801. 15.801 is going to be the pole time right now on the racetrack. Everett Larson on the track. His first lap, 15.840. 15.840 for the number 01. Coming out of 4. Much better looking lap that time. But it's not going to be enough. Going to put him about 0.04 of a second back into the second spot. Everett Larson here, P2, as we work our way through the qualifying order. Up next on the racetrack, the number 33 of AJ Nichols. Nice looking pace scheme there for the number 33, making his way through 3 and 4. First lap going to be coming up in the books here. And Nichols goes P2, splits him right in the middle. 15, 8-2-9. And he does pick up on the second lap a lot faster, 15-8-1-6. Still not as fast as Axel Smith. It's going to put him second on the board right now. Here we go. Here's last week's winner. That's Carson Sherman. Held on to the lead on a late race restart last week at Hickory. And here he is on the racetrack here, trying to go 2 for 2 tonight, but we got to get done with qualifying first. That black and white number 9 machine on the track right now. First lap in the books, and it's a good one. He won right now, 15-7-91. And the second lap going to be a little bit slower, but that's the fast lap to beat right now, 15-7-91. Last week's winner. Still on a roll right now. And you can see if he can hold off the next 4 drivers. Here comes a Long Island native, Sean Hilkowitz, on the track. Car number 48. He takes the green flag. First lap, not too good. Bottom of the charts, 15-9-9-2. Much better looking lap this time. Let's see if it's good enough. Not enough. 15-9-0-5 puts him 5th overall behind Everett Larson. Carson Sherman still on the front row. Here we go, another Long Island native, Travis Kremborg, out on the track right now. Car number 5. Green flag is out. Let's see what the number 5 car can do. Fairly fast in practice overall. See if we can back it up here in qualifying. First lap in the books. It's good enough for the pole. 15-7-5-5. Car 5 to the front. He will take a second lap. Let's see if he can pick it up here. Not be able to pick it up on that second lap. He did scrape the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 4, but right now a really good qualifying position for Travis Kremborg. 15-7-5-5 puts him 1st overall and will guarantee him a top 3 starting position. Up next, here comes the BSR number 99, Billy Snodgrass. Ever so smooth coming out of the corner. Billy Snodgrass sets the first lap time. 15-8-8-2, good enough for 6. That could have been a throwaway lap. See if he picks it up here on lap number 2. Out of turn 4. Checkered flag is out. And he does go a little bit faster, but not good enough. 15-8-1-2. Billy Snodgrass going to roll off at a minimum of 5th here tonight, 4th right now. Final qualifier on the track. Chase Pierce. The number 9 or the number 17 looking good here on the track. Fastest in practice. Gonna see if he can back it up in qualifying. Here he comes out of turn 4. White flag is out. 15.939. Not good enough. Currently 8th on the board. Here we go. Checkered flag is out. And Chase Pierce moves up to the 7th spot, 15.886. That's going to put Travis Kremborg on the pole for tonight's race with a lap time of 15.755. So Kremborg on the pole, and Carson Sherman going to share the front row with Travis Kremborg here, just waiting for race control to finalize everything, and then we're going to go ahead and switch over into the race here tonight. And qualifying has officially concluded. We're going to go ahead and get your lineup here and get the race underway. Here's your official starting lineup for tonight. Starting on the pole, the number 5 of Travis Kremborg, turning a lap of 15.755. Into his outside, last week's winner, Carson Sherman, with about 0.03 of a second behind Travis. What a great run for Carson Sherman, backing up last race's finish 2 weeks ago. Inside of row number 2, it's going to be the 97, the Grillo's Pickles machine of Axel Smith. And to his outside, the ever-fast Billy Snodgrass. Inside of row number 3, the 33, that's A.J. Nichols. In his outside, the 07 of Everett Larson. Chase L. Pierce with a surprising qualifying lap. Going to start in the back here tonight. About 1/10 of a second off fast time. The number 17 is going to roll off in 7th. And to his outside, the 48, the Lowe's sponsored machine of Sean Hilkowitz. And that's going to complete the starting lineup here tonight. Let's check the weather and see what's going on here down in sunny Florida. 81 degrees outside, 108 degrees on the track. Really, really slick here tonight. 9-mile-per-hour winds to the east, and of course, pretty humid, 79%. But no rain in the forecast and no fog yet has rolled into the racetrack. Not the one to go. We're going to go green next time by. Again, Kremborg, Sherman, Smith, and Snodgrass, your top 4. Pace truck is off. Here we go. Oh, what a great start for Carson Sherman. Going to make sure he didn't get a black flag right there, but everything looks okay. Side by side now, down the back straightaway. Travis Kremborg pulls ahead to the lead. Axel Smith now trying to make his presence felt as he looks on the back bumper of Carson Sherman, but Billy Snodgrass not letting that go. He's going to try to move into the 3rd spot. Oh, a little contact right there. Looked like Snodgrass into Axel Smith. And Axel up the racetrack. He's now side by side with Everett Larson. And Smith going to think better of it. He's going to pull back down. He's going to get in line in 5th, just ahead of Chase Pierce. Carson Sherman turning the purple lap right there. Fastest lap on the racetrack so far at a 15.773. Wondering where this speed was at the beginning of the season, but it looks like Sherman has started practicing a lot, and he is now really, really fast and considered a threat to win almost every week now in that number 9. Snodgrass trying to look him up, though, trying to get down to the inside. Nichols has got around Smith in the back. Remember, if we don't have a caution by halfway, race control will throw a yellow flag, so there is guaranteed to be at least one yellow flag in this race. Watching Kremborg here work down the track. Looking out of the left rear here, the right rear rather, back at those 4 drivers. They have separated themselves. You have Kremborg, Sherman, Snodgrass, Larson about a second ahead of the second group, which is led by Pierce. How long will Billy Snodgrass sit behind Carson Sherman? Snodgrass, real-life racing experience, racing down in the Carolinas. Knows how to be patient and let the car come to him. Now Carson Sherman, like he's shot out of a cannon, he's up to the back bumper of Travis Kremborg. Right there, taking no prisoners now down the back straightaway. Sherman getting a little tight up on the racetrack here. Got to be careful, even though these tires are wide and thick in the back. We've got to make sure that we keep them on for the remainder of the event. These drivers do not have another set of tires. Even though there will be a yellow, these tires are what is going to be run through the entire event here tonight. Which, if you're thinking now, oh, there goes Carson Sherman, a little bit of a connection issue right there, but he's back in, no problem. If you're thinking real big-brained right now, maybe Smith, Pierce, Nichols, Hilkowitz, those drivers in the back, they know they're guaranteed one caution flag. These drivers up here are ripping their tires apart, pulling away. Maybe they're back there saving their tires for that second half of the race. That would be a really smart thing to do, knowing that we're guaranteed one yellow flag here tonight. Speaking of those drivers in the back, here's Chase Pierce. He's leading that second group. They're now 3 seconds behind the front runners. You've got A.J. Nichols right behind him. Then it's 2.7 seconds back to Sean Hilkowitz and another 1 second back to Axel Smith. Now, I know these drivers aren't this slow. I believe they are saving tires for that second half of the race. Back up front, Kremborg still leading. Sherman into the outside wall. Let's look at lap times. Last time around, Kremborg 16.1, Sherman 16.0, Snodgrass 0, Larson 0, and then you get back to Chase Pierce 0.4, 0.4 for Nichols, 0.2 for Hilkowitz, and a 0.2 for Smith. These drivers in the back definitely saving their tires. It's going to be kind of crazy to see how this all plays out here coming down in the second part of the race. See the gap back there. And then an even further one back. Let's check how close it is to possibly being lapped. It's not that far away. Axel Smith needs to be careful. I understand what he's doing, but he needs to be careful to not get lapped. Kremborg now having some connection issues. Your top two fastest on the racetrack with the worst internet connections. And they are pulling away now. Snodgrass maybe got the memo about needing to save tires. He's backed it down by about a tenth of a second. Next time around, it'll be 50 laps to go, 5-0 laps remaining. These drivers are out here right now. Let's take a look at the points. This is how they came into tonight. If they finish in this spot, now remind you, this is with the drop. Travis Kremborg would gain a decent amount of points and definitely be in the talking for the championship at the end of the season. Carson Sherman getting ever so close to that rear bumper. Now Snodgrass has backed off an extreme amount. He's let Larson go. Snodgrass has got the memo. He needs to save tires. Chase Pierce still pulling AJ Nichols around in the back. Position number 5, position number 6, right there. Again, they're about 2/10 off the lead pace, but that is by design. 2 seconds back now is Sean Hilkowitz. And here is Axel Smith. 2 seconds back of Sean Hilkowitz here. So Axel Smith will definitely have the best tires, but he is at risk of getting lapped. Let's see. As we look, we're going to look going down the backstretch here. There's Smith, and right there's Kremborg, there's Sherman. So Smith needs to make it about 10 more laps or so to the mandatory caution flag without being lapped. To go. Don't know exactly when the caution flag will fly. If my math is correct, probably around lap with 38 to go, probably, or 37 to go, depending on which side of the number line race control wants to use. Here's a look at the lap times again. There's your leaders. And now, while you see Snodgrass, he backed up. Now he's putting the hammer back down. Larson now in tire saving mode. Snodgrass back up to the lap times he was running before, possibly to get that third place starting position on the restart. Maybe he wants to get around Larson so he can be guaranteed to be on the inside on this restart. Anytime now the yellow flag should come out. You see there's Axel Smith in danger of going a lap down. When does race control throw the yellow flag? Will it be in time? There it is. At the end of lap number 37, the mandatory yellow. If we didn't have a yellow flag for an incident, race control was going to throw the yellow flag at halfway. Remember, these drivers do not have any other tires. They have to run on these tires that they have. This heat cycle is going to show a lot here, and we're going to see if the drivers in the back that saved, if they have anything for Kremborg and Sherman. Resetting your field after halfway. Travis Kremborg is your leader. Carson Sherman in second. Everett Larson is in third. Billy Snodgrass in fourth. Chase Pierce in fifth. AJ Nichols in sixth. Sean Hilkowitz in seventh. And Axel Smith is going to be in the eighth position. These drivers staying out of pit road. They do not need to go down pit road. They have enough fuel. But will the leaders have enough tires? We're going to find out. Stay with us here. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here for the run to the finish at Five Flags Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And welcome back to Five Flags Speedway. Appreciate you taking your time to watch this race with us on the Precision Production Network here live on YouTube. Shout out to Kelly Coffey, one of the VIPs of the broadcast. She's at all of them. She's got the backstage pass. We definitely appreciate her. Pace car making that hard left-hand turn. We're back underway. Kremborg with a good start. Down in turn number one, Everett Larson is right there on the back bumper. These drivers are going to get crazy now, as this is going to be the run to the finish. Still watching the lead, still watching in the back. Chase Pierce on the back bumper of Billy Snodgrass, trying to make his way up into the fourth spot. Oh, Billy sliding it down in there underneath of Carson Sherman. No holds barred. Here we go. Sherman now fighting on the outside. He's fighting with Chase Pierce. As for the fourth position, Sherman smartly back into line. Stops the bleeding for now out of turn two. Battle for the lead, heating up again. Remember, Snodgrass and Chase Pierce saved their tires for the first round. Will they have enough to get around Everett Larson and Travis Kremborg with 25 laps to go coming up here this time by? Snodgrass with the poke down to the inside. Drives it right to the bottom, but Larson not giving up. Fast on the outside with the momentum. He's going to maintain that spot, but Snodgrass still trying down on the inside. Kremborg loving this. The more that Larson can battle with Snodgrass, the better for him. Everett Larson holding tough on the outside. What a drive by the 07. And now finally, Snodgrass going to get around. Larson now battling with Pierce. Pierce into the back of Snodgrass, gets sideways. That's going to open up the door. Here comes Larson back down to the inside. He slides up. They make contact just a little bit, but the momentum going to carry him off the outside. Give third place now to Chase Pierce. Kremborg with a decent lead now from all that battling behind. Is there going to be a truce for a few laps between Snodgrass and Pierce so they can try to catch Kremborg, or are they going to start battling themselves? Pierce, much faster by saving all those tires at the beginning. He's down to the inside, battle for second. He is using that apron, that paint on the apron with the left side tires to get the car to turn. De-wedging the car, getting it to turn, and he takes second spot easily over Billy Snodgrass. Further behind them, here's Axel Smith. He saved his tires as well, probably better than anybody. He's caught up to the back bumper of Carson Sherman. Sherman sideways, and by getting sideways, Axel Smith hits the rear bumper of Carson Sherman, and I think Smith now has wheel damage from the sliding Carson Sherman car. But he's still able to hold it there on the outside. Smith now driving really hard. And there's a turn right there, and everybody kept going. No caution, contact between Hilkowitz and Smith. Let's get a replay of that and see exactly what happened. And we're watching AJ Smith right here. He's down to the inside. He's battling with with Axel Smith. Up behind him, here comes Sean Hilkowitz. Sean gonna dive down to the inside, but AJ was already there, and around they go. They both save it, and we stay green. That's gonna move them back in up there. Travis Kremborg, still your leader, coming to 14 laps to go. But if you look in the mirror, here comes Chase Pierce. Pierce, we were wondering at the beginning, where was he? What was he doing? And then it clicked, he's saving tires. That whole round, all he did was ride in the back and save tires. As these drivers up front tried to pull away, you can see the gap closing every single lap. He is closing on the 5. Will he have enough time? Will he have enough patience to get around the 5 car here? We're going to find out. Billy Snodgrass no longer a factor. He's about 0.8 of a second back. Chase Pierce is there. Catching him's one thing, passing him's another. Kremborg, very talented behind the wheel, going to be able to pin Chase Pierce down to the bottom. Will it be enough though? 11 laps to go, coming to 10 next time by. Pierce now on the back bumper. Less than a tenth, separating first and second as they hit turn 3. Pierce trying everything he can do to find grip, find clean air, doing whatever he can do to get more downforce to turn that car. Kremborg blocking the air right now. Not necessarily blocking the track, but moving around the air, trying to force the 17 into a spot that he's not comfortable with. 17 trying to drive to the inside. Kremborg shuts the door. Great racing here at Five Flags Speedway on the Precision Production Network. Coming to 5 laps to go this time. 5 to go this time. Pierce diamonding the corner, trying to get the run off. He does. He has it. He has the run. Kremborg now with the sort of defensive line into turn 1. That's going to hurt him coming off the corner. Kremborg, electrical issues. There goes the connection. He's back. Chase Pierce didn't flinch. Not the first rodeo these drivers have seen. 4 to go. Pierce bumping the rear bumper off of the number 5. What can he do? 3 to go this time by. He's trying. He pushes Kremborg up sideways. Pierce the bump and run around and into the outside wall goes Kremborg, and almost upside down goes the 99, and Everett Larson involved as well. Yellow flag is out, right front completely destroyed on the number 5 car. Let's get a replay look on what happened. You see him going down into turn number 1. Pierce pushes him around and goes to the inside, and then Snodgrass trying to follow through, and both of those drivers heavy to the outside wall, and there was no steering or braking in either of those cars, and Everett Smith trying to avoid it on the inside came along, and heavy contact. Let's try to get another angle of that. Let's go back just a little bit, even further than that. Here we go. Coming to 3 to go. Down. And boom, right there, pushing Kremborg up, then hits him with the wheel again. Kremborg sideways, and then here comes Billy Snodgrass, trying to make the way through. Drives over the left rear of the number 5 and shoots both those drivers into the outside wall, and then heavy contact from Everett Larson down there on the inside. And Larson looks like he's going to be about done for the day. Let's go on board with him and see what he saw as that wreck happened down in turn number 1. See, they're all up high, trying to go low. No brakes, no steering. He had nowhere to go, and heavy damage for the number 01 of Everett Larson. So that's going to put Axel Smith in the lead with Carson Sherman behind him. Everett Larson still on pit road. Kremborg has got his damage repaired to a point, and he is coming back out on the racetrack the best that he can, and he is not happy with Chase Pierce, and he has turned Chase Pierce around in turn number 1. Travis Kremborg has been disqualified from this event. Intentional contact under the yellow. Pace lights are back on as we clean up the mess in turn 1. Tempers are flaring here at Five Flags Speedway, but we've still got a race to finish here. It's going to be a green-white checkered finish. Axel Smith, Carson Sherman, A.J. Nichols, and Sean Hilkowitz. It's going to be a good points day for these drivers that were near the back of the pack. The green flag's out. It looks like A.J. Nichols, Carson Sherman might have went a little early, but I don't see race control issuing any penalty. No penalty on that start. It was a good start. Side-by-side battle for the lead here in turn 3 and 4. Smith and Smith and Sherman battling, beating and banging down into turn number 1 on the final lap. Here we go, down the back straightaway. Sherman trying to get into the rear end of Smith. Now Sherman tries to block Hilkowitz. Both drivers wrecked. And out of turn 4, from back to front, Axel Smith takes the win here at Five Flags Speedway. Everybody in Grillo Pickle Land is shouting in amazement as the number 97 has come out of nowhere to win this race, and Chase Pierce comes back and finishes second here tonight. And burnouts now taking place on the front straightaway for the number 97. We got the drone out. We're flying the drone around. Hopefully we don't get hit. And, he bumps the inside wall. But celebration going on for the number 97 of Axel Smith, who's going to take the Polish victory lap around Five Flags. Going to wave to the fans on the back. Going to spin it out in turn 3. He is an equal opportunity burnout person. He wants to show it all here tonight. Smoke show for everybody. Here's turn 2. Now he's going backwards. Grillo pickles everywhere. And he backs it into the inside wall, and he's still going. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be back here to go over the final finishing results and interview with our top three. Axel Smith, from last to first, he takes the win here at Five Flags Speedway. We'll be right back. And we're back here at Five Flags Speedway. We're going to go ahead and go over the finishing results. Let you know where your favorite driver finished here today. That was qualifying. My mistake. Give me just a second here. You got to be smarter than what you're working with, what I have been told. There we go. We got him up. After 80 laps, Axel Smith is your winner. Chase Pierce behind him. In second spot, Billy Snodgrass in third. We're going to talk to all three of those drivers here in just a moment. John Hilkowitz, he comes back. He finishes in the fourth place. Carson Sherman, after a strong run during the first half of the race, he finishes in fifth. He had a late race incident coming to the checkered with Sean Hilkowitz on the back straightaway. A.J. Nichols is going to be sixth. Everett Larson in seventh after that hard incident with eighth place finisher Travis Kremborg. And Alex Coffey is being scored in ninth, even though he is race control. All right, let's talk to some of our drivers here tonight. Looks like first on the board is going to be your winner. Axel Smith is going to be your winner, Axel Smith. Axel, tell us about that race, man. The first part of the race, you were riding around in back, I assume, going ahead and saving your tires for the long run that was going to come in that second part of the race. And lo and behold, the seas parted, and there was the Grillo's number 97 in the lead with a green-white checker upcoming. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that was a pretty boring it was pretty boring race in the beginning. Once I got moved, I don't really remember if it was myself that I just messed up the turn or something, or I got moved, but as soon as I got moved out of the way in like lap 3, I just went to the back, and yeah, you're right. I was just tire saving, especially with like a guaranteed caution like that. Tire saving it's pretty useful, especially if the lucky dog is there too. Even if I went a lap down, I would have gotten the lucky dog back and had even better tires. And yeah, I was not hopeful at all that I was going to even be near the fourth position when it was 2 laps to go. And then I don't know what happened up front. I didn't see the replay, but I saw what happened under caution. Some people were not happy with the leaders, but hey, I'll take it. P1 any day is very good. So that was pretty fun racing with Carson at the end. I wasn't trying to be dirty on him. I was just trying to be a little aggressive. I probably leaned on him a little bit too much, so I apologize. But yeah, that was a great finish. That's what I needed for the championship.
Now, it's been a long time since we've talked to you. I believe it was race number 1 or 2, or one of the beginning races of the season where you made it onto the podium here. But congratulations on your win here. Anybody you'd like to shout out, or anything else you'd like to say here after taking the victory here tonight?
Yeah, I'd definitely say thank you for my family. They're watching the race now. So thank you to them for watching and supporting me. thank you to you for broadcasting this. It was probably a great broadcast, but obviously I can't watch it, or I can't watch it right now. And then thank you to Freight and Freight and Speed You for this amazing series. This is really fun. Every 2 weeks we do it on Sunday. So yeah.
Well, a great run here tonight for Axel Smith. Everybody in Grillo Pickle Land is going to be celebrating the win here tonight. Great points for you going in 2 weeks here at Millbridge. Before we let you go, real quick, I want to get your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on the micros coming up at Millbridge here in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not really a dirt track guy. I mean, I was pretty good at that. What was it? The second race of this grade 8 series, the trucks at the, what is it called? The Charlotte Rally X track. I was pretty good at that, to be honest. And I never raced dirt. So this will be probably a chaotic race, I'm going to imagine, but I think it'll be fun. I need to just do some practice, and yeah, maybe I can get a good finish.
Well, again, congratulations to Axel Smith on your victory here tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again here in 2 weeks at Millbridge.
For sure. Thank you.
It was Axel Smith, the winner here tonight. What a great guy. Able to interview him, and always humble and appreciative of everything. What a great guy. And happy to see him here in Victory Lane tonight. Let's move on to what's going to be second place. That's going to be Chase Pierce. Let's get Chase Pierce up here to talk to him. Hey, Chase, man, what a wild run. Everyone was kind of wondering what was going on in the first half of the race, and it kind of clicked for us that you were saving tires for that second half run. And then some calamity hit there coming down towards the end. Walk us through your thought process on the entire event here tonight and your drive back up into the second spot.
You know, I knew we had that competition caution about lap 40, and during practice I noticed there's a lot of fall off, about half a second, maybe a little more than that. So I figured if I could save these tires that first half for that competition caution at halfway, we might. I mean, it's going to bunch us all back together regardless. So save my tires that first half, keep them good, then that second half just go as hard as we can, give it everything she's got, and that's what I did, and it worked for the most part. You know, I got up to second there, 5 to go on Travis's bumper, so I decided to give him the bumper because, I mean, it was incredibly hard to pass tonight. I gave him a bumper, it got him sideways, got him out the groove. He saved it, and after he saved it, I got clear, and he kept coming down after he was clear, and he kept coming down and went across Billy Snodgrass's nose and wrecked himself. In my opinion, that's what happened with that deal. I don't feel I caused that. I feel I gave him just a bumper, and it moved after that was all him. I mean, I guess technically I was still involved, but I don't feel that I caused it. But you know, that last restart there, it was chaotic as well. You know, the cars going everywhere, and I'm trying to gain that spot back on Billy. It was tough there. I was able to dodge and weave the calamity there and rebound to second and gain another point on Billy. You know, I had to be aggressive tonight. You know, coming into tonight second in points with the race is winding down. There ain't many opportunities left. You know, you gotta get every point you can. So I mean, yeah, I made some aggressive moves, but you gotta do what you gotta do at this late in the series. So, solid night, P2. I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely a solid night getting back up there into that second spot. Now, that point that you were able to gain by getting by Billy there at the very end, if it comes down to it, like you mentioned, having to be aggressive to get the spots, that one single point could make the difference between a championship and second place at the end.
That's exactly right. Every point matters, especially with me chasing him down. You know, it's unfortunate what happened that second race that cost me a bunch of points, and now I'm having to play the chasing game and gain every point. But it's the cards we're dealt, and we're trying to make the best of it here.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Axel. Your thoughts coming up here in 2 weeks, heading to Millbridge. What are you thinking about that place?
I love it. I was at Millbridge a few weeks ago in person. I love Millbridge. When the micros in Millbridge first came to the sim, I was really fast on the first day, so I feel very confident. I believe we're running the non-wings, which I feel I'm a little better in the wings, but we'll see what we got with the non-wings. I don't know how good these other guys are with them, so hopefully we'll be able to pull out a good finish there.
Well, I'm in your boat. I definitely like the wings better, and I think they look better too. So maybe I can talk to the higher ups and see if we can get that flipped around. But I'm not going to count my chickens just yet. But hey, man, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank that got you here tonight?
Yeah, my parents, Top Hat Comic, Stick Shifter Sim Racing, Cottle Chassis, Red's Donut Shop, Shell Bell Bonds, Don and D Stone, Army Navy Store, Bark Buddies, Greg's Old Lexington Front End Frame Shop, Velocita, K Cars Race Cars, and Speed U and Freight Racing. Everybody who's putting this whole deal on, it's given us a great opportunity, and you for the great broadcast as well.
Well, I appreciate it there, Chase. Congratulations again on your second place finish here tonight. Rounding out the season here with another good points day. We'll see you here in a couple weeks at Millbridge.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that was Chase Pierce finishing second here tonight. Our final driver that we're going to talk to here is going to be third place. It's Billy Snodgrass. We're going to get him all lined up and ready to go. And Billy, not the run that you were necessarily looking for here tonight. I know you want to win every time you get out there on the racetrack, but you were able to salvage a third place finish here that keeps you definitely competitive in the points championship as we head into Millbridge here in a couple of weeks. Talk to us about your night and your thought process going through everything.
Going into the race, I was kind of planning to get up to third and just sit there and ride to the 40-lap caution. But I really feel like that 40-lap caution shouldn't be a thing because I'm sitting in third, lap 10, looking down there and Chase is, 3 seconds behind us, and 5 laps later he's 7 seconds behind us. Because there's only 8 of us, so he doesn't have to worry about falling back or anything, saving tires, and it just kind of hurts everyone else in the front that actually had a decent qualifying effort and could race for that top spot at the start of the race. But then we got the caution later in the race. I kind of rode after that caution for first 10-15 laps and started reeling them back in right there at the end, and then Chase moved Travis. It was a good move. I watched the replay, but I don't know what Travis, where Travis was at there, but he just decided to come down the racetrack into me and caused us to pile up a little bit there. And then the right front damage hurt me really bad on the restart and wasn't able to make up as much ground as I was hoping.
Yeah, so this race had everything from tire saving to wreck avoidance, and you were able to get back up there into the third spot, even gaining 1 spot. Talk to us about what that means for the championship of something that's so close like this. Even 1 point could matter at the very end. So do you think that, something like that possibly leads to, some of the aggressive driving that we see on the racetrack? It's just the nature of the beast per se?
I'm not really sure because the only aggressive driving I see until, near the end, but you're always going to have aggressive driving at the end of a race, no matter what it is for. But the only aggressive driving I see is from Travis, and it's been like last week he made a overly aggressive move on me and caused me to wreck and lose that race. And I've heard some other people say he's been way too aggressive with them and just caused wrecks. Then, like even right there at the end of that race, he came out of pit road and purposely wrecked Chase. And I mean, I wouldn't be too happy about that. So I'm not really sure.
Thus is the short track tempers, as they say here, Billy. But I I'm glad you were able to rebound, get up there into that third place, even with that right front damage. You held everybody off and were able to finish right there near Chase. You were only about 0.6 of a second off there. So again, what a job wheeling it back up through there, even with the damage. Before we let you go, Billy, anybody you want to thank that helped you get here tonight?
My dad in Swiss Springs.
Very nice, Billy. Well, we appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you here again with the win, or at least a podium coming up at Millbridge here in 2 weeks. Congratulations, and good luck going towards the future here with only a couple races left.
Thank you.
All right, Billy Snodgrass there, finishing in the third spot. Is some harsh words, you know, and some truth being spoken here tonight about what was going down. But at the end of the day, this is a video game, and everybody needs to realize that. And we're racing for a lot of good things. We're racing for a lot of opportunities here tonight, and you know, sometimes incidents happen, especially in cars that are super hard to pass here like this. It's just the nature of the beast, as they say. So let's go ahead and wind this up here tonight. Again, Axel Smith was your winner here tonight. The Grillo's Pickles Machine getting his first win of the Grade 8 Series. The number 97 taking it home. Chase Pierce, Billy Snodgrass behind him. Congratulations to those top three. Fourth place, Sean Helikowitz. Fifth place, Carson Sherman. Then you have AJ Nichols and Travis Kremborg officially scored in the 7th position. Everett Larson going to be in 8th. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight here on the Precision Production Network for the Freight Racing Speed U Race for a Ride. The Grade 8 Series rumbles on. 2 weeks from today, we head to Millbridge for the micro sprints, and that's always going to be fun to watch. We thank you again for watching. This has been a presentation of the Precision Production Network. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.